Okay, so doing 2.6 linear inequalities. We have 6 boxes that we're going to get through today, okay? The directions are going to be the same for the first 3 boxes. We're going to solve, and we're going to grab, actually, the first 4 boxes are going to be the same. Actually, the first 5 boxes are going to be the same. Wow. Okay, first one. If I gave you this, if I gave you 3 minus 2x is less than 5. 3 minus 2x is less than 5. We're supposed to solve and graph this linear inequality. It's linear because the degree is 1. It's an inequality because it has an inequality sign. So just pretend for a moment that inequality sign was an equal sign. What would you do? Yes, Gus. Subtract the 3 from both sides. Subtract 3. So that would mean that negative 2x is less than 2. Good. Then what would you do? Divide by a negative 2. Now, of course, everyone, when we divide by a negative number, what do? So x must be greater than how much? Negative 1. Negative 1. Okay, now, we are going to solve and graph these things, right? So we're going to graph this and check. So there is my number line. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you do not have to go crazy with your number lines. The only thing that I want from you, I want a 0. So tell me where 0 is. And then put the point in question, in this case it's the negative 1, in the right spot in regard to the 0. So is it to the right of 0 or to the left of 0? Left. Hopefully you all know that negative 1 is to the left of 0. Now, because we want strictly greater than, we are going to use an open parenthesis and shade to the right, so all of my solutions lie right there. Question? Yeah. 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 Okay, how can we check to make sure that we did this correctly? There's a very fast, simple, and easy way to check to make sure we did this correctly. Does anyone know what it is? Quinn?
Plug 0.
Yeah, plug 0 in, right? Since 0 is one of our solutions, let's see here. If I plug a 0 here, I basically get rid of that whole term, right? So is 3 less than 5? Yeah. True. We must have done it right. There you go. Okay. Bam. Okay, here we go. Second box. Let's solve this one. How about 4x plus 7 is greater than or equal to 2x minus 3? Okay, first things first. What should we do? Mr. Yeah, Schroeder. Sorry. Subtract the 2x. Subtract the 2x. So that means that 2x plus 7 greater than or equal to negative 3. Christian, what's the next step? Subtract the 7. Subtract the 7. Doing good so far. So 2x is greater than or equal to negative 10. Last step, Olivia. Divide by the 2. Do I need to reverse the direction of the inequality sign? No. Why not, everybody? So x is greater than or equal to negative 5. How could I graph this? What do I need? I need a 0 and a negative 5. Here's a 0. There's a negative 5. Do I need a bracket or a parenthesis? I need a bracket. I need to point my bracket in the direction of my solutions. So all of my answers are over here in this direction. So give me an answer that will make this true. 0. 0 that and 0 that. Is 7 bigger than negative 3? Sweet. That is correct. You're right.
Well, can you, like, you see your solution?
Yeah.
Like, well, I mean, the x is greater than or equal to negative 5?
Yeah.
Couldn't you just plug 0 into that? Like, wouldn't that work? Yeah.
You could also do that. Correct. Yeah. Yeah. I like to check the original one in case I made a mistake somewhere along the way. But you can do that, okay? Okay, here we go. Third box. Check this one out. How about negative 5 less than 3x minus 2 less than 1? Yeah, another box. Now this is a compound inequality. Okay? This is a compound inequality. You do want to keep x in the middle, yes. Okay? Okay. Yeah. Gus, what do you think, buddy? Yeah, add 2 everywhere. Can I explain what? Yeah, because I want to undo everything to isolate x. Got it? So, negative 3 less than 3x less than, how much is that? 3, good. 1 by 3. Now what do we do? Divide by 3 everywhere, correct? Okay. So, negative 1 is less than x is less than 1. So, I have how many solutions for this, yes? No. How many solutions? Yeah, didn't we have this big talk about infinity? Okay, give me 0, give me 1, give me negative 1.
There's two separate infinite amounts.
So notice that I am creating a space that's in between the number line. Okay, so all these solutions, an infinite number of solutions will work, right? Yes, guess. No, we should not. We're not going to do that. Sorry.
Oh my god. Why 6x equals 6? Wait, what is 6x equals?
Okay, here we go. Try this one on for size. Okay, this one, right, we have a fraction in the middle, but all the rules still apply, right? So, what should we do? Who's got a good idea to get rid of that fraction?
You know what, Daniel? I was going to say that.
Let's multiply everything by 2. So that tells me this. That tells me that 18 is less than or equal to 3 minus 5x, less than or equal to negative 2. Yeah, I'm multiplying everything by 2. Okay, now the goal, remember, is to get x by itself, so we're going to subtract 3 everywhere. Now, when I say everywhere, I mean the left side, the middle, and the right side of that compound inequality. So this is going to be negative 5, less than or equal to negative 5x, less than or equal to 15. Okay, now last step. Taylor, what do I do? Okay, if I'm dividing by a negative 5, bells, fireworks, and reminders are going off, right?
You are teaching this.
So 1 greater than or equal to x, greater than or equal to negative 3. Okay,
That was the firework right there.
time out. Time out. Why? This should bother some of you. It bothers me. Does anyone see why? Laura, what do you think? It's because the negative's on the right-hand side. Okay, now technically, ladies and gentlemen, this is a true statement. There's nothing really wrong with this statement. However, I dislike them only because it's not lined up with the number line. I would rather say this. I would rather say negative 3 is smaller than, or x smaller than 1. Now this makes more sense to me because negative 3 is to the left of 1 on the number line. Okay, so please be aware that you can write this, but I would encourage this one. Okay? Yes, question.
Okay, so when you write it out,
Work out. This is a challenge question, so I'll unpause this. Yeah. Okay, if I give you 4x minus 1, the negative first is greater than 0. Okay, right now with your partner, I would like you to try and solve this, and then we'll reconvene and talk about. You've got one. Okay.
I have an idea.
Okay. Discussion time. How many of you got 1 is greater than 0? Great. Awesome. True statement. We knew that before we started. So what does that mean x is? Everything?
No, can someone please? No real solution.
No, real solution. Okay. I threw this one at you because it's very, very strange, okay? And we need to take advantage of a property that I'm sure many of you have forgotten about. So here is what happened, right? Many of you did this. 1 over 4x minus 1 greater than 0. Then you guys are like, oh, I know what to do. We'll multiply both sides by 4x minus 1. So that means 1 is greater than 0. Great. So that doesn't really help us very much, but here's what we can do.
I think I know what the answer is.
What's the answer?
Is it every real number except 1/4?
Nope. But you're close.
Mr. Dior.
Hold on a second.
Every positive real number except for 1/4.
Quinn, what? What do you think?
X is greater than 1/4.
That is the right answer. X is greater than 1/4. So, how do we get that? Here's how.
They're both sides.
I thought it was less than 1.
I didn't do that.
Okay, now, somebody, pick a number. Let's pick a positive number. 14. Okay. Do you guys agree that 14 is greater than 0? What is the reciprocal of 14? 1/14. Do you also agree that's greater than 0? Okay, pick a negative number. Negative 2. Is that less than 0? Pick its. What's its reciprocal? Is that also less than 0? Turns out that if any number is greater than 0, its reciprocal is also greater than 0. And likewise, if a number is smaller than 0, then its reciprocal is also smaller than 0. So notice what we have. We have a number that is bigger than 0. So that means its reciprocal is guaranteed to be what? No. Greater than 0. So 4x minus 1 is guaranteed to be greater than 0. Therefore, x is greater than 1/4 when you solve this. So, the reciprocal property is something that we need to consider when we are dealing with negative x. Okay, if the bell rings, just stick around for 30 seconds afterwards, okay? Okay. What does this even say? If negative 1 is less than x less than 4, find an a and a b such that a is less than 2x plus 1 less than b. What? That's so strange, right? So strange. Here's what they want you to do, okay? So they want you to start off with negative 1 less than x less than 4, okay? Now they want you to build this, okay? So notice I have an x in the middle, and I want to build a 2x plus 1. So do I multiply or add first if I'm going in reverse? What do you think? Multiply. So multiply everything by 2. So negative 2 must be less than 2x, must be less than 8. Are you guys on board with that part?
No.
Nope, not at all.
I multiplied everything by 2.
But why? I don't even know what that A is less than.
I know. When you're all said and done, the numbers on the outside will be the A and B.
Got it.
Okay, good. Now, what do I have to do? Add 1 everywhere. How much is negative 2 plus 1? Negative 1 less than 2x plus 1 less than 9. Guess what? A is negative 1 and B is 9. It's weird, huh?